Hi guys, welcome back to another video of Numa's Yummy Recipes. Today we're going to be preparing chicken. As you see, we will be using this new file. First time using it for this video. I made a video about all the details of it inside my channel, so head there. That's also where you can like and subscribe, so please do that. That would support me a lot. But first of all, you have to wash your hands and you have to wash your chicken. You have to be very, very thorough and clean about washing it. You don't want anything on it. And also, you get rid of the water. So, grab a paper towel and tap it dry. Just like that. There we go. We don't want any water. It's okay if it's just a little bit of water. But, alright. Done. As so. Throw this away. So let's get preparing this. Let's move our cutting board over here. And this over here. Then I think I'm going to bring you guys a little bit closer to me for this part. Whoops. Alright, there we go. Hello. We are going to want some spices. Garlic powder. You know what? Wait a minute. Let me adjust the camera angle and let me grab something else. Alright, there we go. Bring in the tips. Okay, now first, we're going to start. We want garlic powder out, onion powder, Italian seasoning. I'm going to need a lot more space. Let me open this up. Nope, never mind. I'll have to take them out one by one. Okay, we're going to start with Italian seasoning. This one. Not too much. Just a thin layer. Okay, now my favorites. Onion powder. I'm going to have a little bit more onion powder on this thing because I would prefer more onion powder for you guys for flavor. And then garlic powder too. Way less garlic powder than onion powder for sure because garlic is a stomach pounder for me. Hurts my stomach most of the times. It's a little pinch of this Velveeta. That will be last. Some ranch seasoning. Now remember with this, just a little bit. We don't want too much of anything. Cilantro lime seasoning. Ooh, whoo! Alright, that is gonna give your chicken a kick. And some Gibson's seasoning salt. Get that on there. Not too much of that, just a lot, the smallest amount of this. Now, since I'm going to do that last, we're going to put some of this taurine. That gives a little kick to everything too. Wood fire, garlic, seasoning, kenders. We're going to use a small bit of this because I love this stuff. And this will be definitely used in future videos, but a small amount, but enough to be tasted. Some paprika. Just enough to get your chicken a little red, you know? You start smelling it, you will smell seasonings. That's what you should smell. You should smell something different. You should smell salty. Smell something different, that shouldn't be there. Some dash, flavorful, salt-free, whatever this thing is. Smells just like that Kinder's thing. And some cayenne pepper, which will definitely give a kick, so I'm not putting a lot of that on. Last but not least, a little bit of freeze-dried basil. Open that thing up. Just like that. Always gotta give it chef's touch. Now, famous pepper. Not too much, just fancier stuff. Famous salt, also fancy salt. There we go. Lovely. Next, we're going to put olive oil on it. One line right through the middle. It's not coming. Okay, there we go. One line right through the middle. And then on top of that line, we're going to make it look like a football stitch with vinegar. But be very careful with the vinegar. You don't want that much vinegar. So, I did 3 stitches for the vinegar. And there we go. And then you're going to shake it. You're going to smell it, and it's going to smell like, it's going to smell like vinegar, obviously. You're going to want to soak everything up. And you're going to want some extra. And that extra, you're going to add some olive oil in it so that this thing doesn't get way too salty. Alright? Yeah, you see what I'm doing here? Alright, now, you have to make sure your hands are very clean for this. You're going to flip over the chicken. Seasonings on the bottom. Okay? Now we're going to let that sit for a little bit. Alright? And I'm going to grab some napkins. Okay. So now that we have that part done, we are going to add some onions because I love onions and they're perfect with stuff like this. Now I have drier onions. You know what? No. I thought that would be a good idea to use dry onions, but we're going to cut up a new onion. So let's grab an onion real quick. Perfect. Okay. Alright. And always make sure when you're using onions, make sure they're not slimy. Ooh. This is perfect. Now this part, you are going to need supervision for, as using a knife is very dangerous. as always, I'm always supervised when making videos like this. And I'm not going to cut up too much onion, but I'm going to be very careful with this knife. I'm going to cut off the little tip there. Maybe that part too. And also this part, dicing onions, is not the best. The way I dice onions is I go all the way through and I cut little slits. You can also watch knife skills videos, a knife skills video to learn how to cut if you want to do the work. Otherwise, ask your parents to do this part. And I'm gonna make this like a seashell with a bunch of lines in it. Very cool. Splashing in my eye. Okay, now you're gonna go this way on it. Woo! Careful. You also looking on my nose. You don't want you want to try not to saw your onions. Just put it in and slide. That's all you want to do with your onions. So that is what you are gonna do. And the rest of these pieces can be big. Very careful, knife. Just again. Right now that is not enough onions too. So we're gonna cut up another onion. And I'm gonna show you another technique to cut. But again, be supervised when you're doing it because knives are very dangerous. Always know that. So put your hand in front of the knife like this and chop down. Maybe you've seen your parents do this before. You might need a bigger knife than this, but kids out there, tips. When you are learning how to cut, you can even tell this to your parents. When you're learning how to cut, be very careful and use pumpkin carvers because that's how I learned how to cut, and it just taught myself how to cut, basically. And they're very careful there. So there you go. There we go. There's our onions. I'm going to split this lemon into fourths. Halfway. This way. Right there. Alright, and then we're going to squeeze this lemon. So I'll be back in a second. Bomb! Abracadabra! Let's put this lemon in here. Squeezer. Squeeze it. Don't want too much in there. And let's move our onion. Maybe I'm not going to do that. In there. For this next part. And then you're going to take the seasonings again. And you're going to do it very, I mean so fast way. And you're going to season all the backside. And I will be back once that is done. Alright, I'm back. That's all done. We want to mix this chicken up with all the excess water that's there. We want some onions to go on the bottom. I'm going to squeeze a little bit more lemon juice to get off the thing from the top there. And basically, that's all you have to do for this I'm gonna flip the chicken once again. Give that side a little bit lemon juice. Yeah, it can be a little bit much lemon juice. If you like sour stuff, adjust it to your liking. But thanks for watching another video of Momo's Yummy Recipes. And see you next time. Bye.